Hello everyone. So you're watching this video for a tutorial on quality function deployment, which I will be explaining to all of you what it actually is through an example to clarify your concept on it. So let's move on with what quality function deployment is. It was developed in Japan in 1960s and later on introduced in the United States of America 20 years down the line by 1980s. So QFD is actually a process that helps in designing products that are desired by the customers. I will repeat myself because this is what QFD actually is. It's very important for you to understand that QFD is a process that helps in designing products that are desired by the customers. Alright? So QFD takes the desires of the customers and it explores how well the individual activities of the business are meeting those desires. Alright, it also considers how company activities interact with each other and how well the company is meeting those customer desires with respect to the competition that prevails in the market. Alright, so it achieves all these ends through a schematic which is known as the house of quality, which you may see right here. House of quality. This is a very important concept that we will need to understand, because this is how you're going to gain understanding on quality function deployment. And when I will be explaining you through an example, I will make use of house of quality. So let's move. Before we move on, I would also like to mention this point. QFD uses 7 management and planning tools, and the most important aspect of it is house of quality that you need to understand. Alright, so before we move on to the example, I would like to tell you guys the process that is involved in understanding QFD. Alright, so the first stage is it's actually the process is a bit different. I will be explaining you what it truly is. The first initial step is product planning. In that you need to do is product design, performance requirements. Alright, let me explain you this concept. As I've already mentioned to you that customer requirements, customers' desires are what we need to focus on in QFD. So we need to define and prioritize customer needs in this. Also, we need to simultaneously analyze competitive opportunities. So then we need to plan a product that is going to respond to needs and opportunities at the same time. So I just spoke out of sorry, I just did a mistake which I would like to move on from. So let's come back to the phases. Then there is a product. Then what the next stage is in the process, assembly plan deployment. In this you identify critical assemblies and flow down critical product characteristics. And then a very important stage is process design. Now that we have designed the product, we also need to design the process. So in that you need to determine critical processes and the process flow actually. So develop product equipment requirements in this and establish critical process parameters. And of course you can easily understand what process control in all of this is, which is the last step. In process control you measure targets and you go back and see where you stand, like you do in any planning procedure. Alright, so let's now move on to the example, which is going to help you understand better what quality function deployment actually is. Alright, so we'll be spending most of our time now in understanding this diagram, which may be seem very difficult and complicated for you in the first instant, because that's how it seemed to me. I was like, what is this? But it's actually a house of quality. As I earlier mentioned, that this is what we will be using, house of quality, as a measure to understand QFD in our example. And therefore here we are. So let's now understand what this diagram is. So you can see these are the rooms right here, the central matrix, and these that I have just circled are customer requirements. Alright, so this is actually an example of a remote controller. We are now going to see what excuse my writing, which is by there. Now we are going to see what a customer requires in a remote controller. I'm just going to go with control. Anyways, so let's now look at the requirements any customer is going to seek in a remote controller. It should be easy to hold, the first requirement. It should be easy to find. It should be, buttons should be visible, and there should be a strong set of buttons. It should be attractive. Many customers feel that way. It's very important for me that the remote control is attractive. However, I tell you guys the customer response that we received on that. Now multi-function buttons need to be there, and alright, so now customers were asked to rate how the importance of these requirements, and they were given a scale of 1 to 6. They had to give 1 being the highest in priority and 6 being the lowest. They had to rate, and these are the ratings right here. They gave the most importance to multifunction buttons. They said if they in a remote controller, there need to be buttons that are easily that are there for different purposes. So we know, so you know, a multifunction button is actually, multifunction buttons are actually very important, to be honest, and this is why they were rated to as the highest priority in purchasing a remote controller by a customer. And as you can see, but remote controller easy to find, this aspect, this requirement was not that easily was not that high prioritized by customers. Alright, so now let's understand what these symbols mean. So these symbols right here are representing these. Double circles means strong positive correlation. One circle positive, cross negative, steric, strong negative. Now I'll tell you how you can identify. And then these symbols right here, yeah, they are telling you the relationship. Okay, double circle being the strongest relationship, rating is 9. They are all given numerical ratings. One single circle is a medium relationship, and a triangle is small. So let's now understand that the ratings of the relationship in each column are summed to determine the relative importance of the technical attributes. Alright, so let's look at the roof of the house. You can see these symbols of correlation over there. Now let's try to understand them. For example, okay, they're telling the technical attributes. They're showing correlations among the technical attributes. For example, dimension of remote control chassis. This point right here. It this point here. Okay. So it has a positive correlation, as you can identify from the symbol right here, with the size of buttons and number of buttons. With the size of buttons. Okay. And while size of buttons has a strong negative correlation with the number of buttons. It has a strong negative correlation with the number of buttons. Now I'll tell you how. Okay, before we move on to that, target values. The numerical or qualitative descriptions shown in the basement of the house. As you can see, this is called the basement of the house. Alright, so these numerical or qualitative descriptions are design targets set for the technical attributes. One target of the design, for example, is to keep the dimension of the remote control within 6 to 18:2 centimeter maximum. So these functions, all of it is telling you what the functions ought to be. Alright, so now what this graph is actually doing is, it is a sub-basement that is comparing the company, which is of this remote control company, is being compared against two of its competitors through this graph, A and B, under technical attributes right here. Alright, being the two competitors. Alright, and for example, the company does relatively poor on the attributes of remote control dimensions and color, but well on color and return mechanism. Right here you may see these evaluations are based on test results and opinions of engineers. Alright, the graph on the right rates the company. Right here, I will just identify it for you. Yeah, it rates the company and competitors on terms of customer requirements. Customer requirements being easy to hold, easy to find, etc. Right? These ratings are based on customer service. They're not just randomly allocated. For example, customers think the company does worse in terms of buttons being easy to see, but best in terms of being easy to hold. Right? 5 being the best in the ratings. Alright, so I hope you guys understood the example very well, because it's very easy to understand and to make sense out of it. And I really hope that this video was of help to you guys. Now I would like to sign off, and I have done my part of the duty. And thank you for watching.